Hey guys, so this is another Who to Summon video, and this time around, we actually have one hero that one of my buddies have been wanting for a very long time, and that's Renuka. Yeah, he's been complaining for like months now, like literally months, ever since this year started. The Call of Antia doesn't give me the heroes that I need, and he finally gets Renuka. I hope he really gets it to +5. He's definitely gonna try to get him +5, and he's been saving a lot of summons to do that. So I know he'll get it. I know he'll get it. But anyhow, Renuka, ever since he has been released, he has been one of the favorites in yellow in general. Very powerful dispeller. The ability to cut literally the HP from your enemies is freaking amazing. That effect is not only amazing on the attack, but on defense. I was very surprised that ability to cut that HP makes it more possible for you to eliminate your attacking team when you're on defense. And that makes him effective on defense per se, because any hero that helps you end the fight on your favor, that is pretty much good in general. And Renuka for a time was used like everywhere in the dream in the guild dream. Almost every single defense team had him at that time. I don't know what teams they have this time, but I have noticed that less and less people have been using him on defense. That doesn't mean that he's not an amazing hero. He's a very powerful hero, amazing dispeller, and however, some people have been behind trying to get him because he is an immortal killer, but he's going to be an immortal killer when he's +5. So, and immortal killers are usually the ones that decide who is going to have the best results. For example, in Tower of Illusion and other events there, to be able to kill the actual enemies that are immortal, that's going to help you have less turns and be able to be more competitive versus other players that are getting those better numbers. So yeah, Renuka is one of those heroes that you can actually do that for sure, and he's a very in the yellows, he's a very powerful hero for sure, guys. Now for Martina, I already made 2 videos about her. First one I said she was not a must-have. The second one I still said she's not a must-have. However, she is a very high damage dealer, so you do have to take into account. In this game, when you're creating defenses, attack teams, and things like that, you always have to take into account which of my heroes is going to do all the damage and end the fight as soon as possible. And Martina does fit the bill because she does such an amazing amount of damage. It's not even funny. So if you're playing red and you need a hero that does a lot of damage to end the fight, Martina could be the one. That situation, but you got to really check yourself first, because there's other heroes that can actually end the fight in red for sure, that they do a really good job. But Martina can definitely fill that out, but I do recommend to get her +1 to actually get that for sure, to actually do that amazing amount of damage. Yeah, because all her other awakenings is gaining life and not being dispelling, and the other one is just pretty much being immortal. So that's a must for her to be on defense. But the +1, you gotta get the +1 if you want her to be your damage dealer. It's gonna do a lot of damage. It's not even funny. If you want to see that, you have to check my update video I just released yesterday. I think she's a very powerful hero, but not exactly a must-have. And the same as Renuka, he is an amazing hero that does a bunch of damage, but you don't really need any of these 2 heroes to actually in other words, play the game per se, because there's some heroes that if you don't have them, you can't play the game properly. But they're really nice options for sure. Now, on the other hand, Emir, has been like such an essential hero. I've seen people putting her on defense at +1 because she's just that important. Her realm comes in, puts a bunch of shields, and if you're playing mono red, you're gonna see people gonna try to attack you with blue teams, and if Emir is on the team, that's not gonna matter, because her shields are actually receive 50% less damage from blues, and shields in general cut damage by 50%, so that's 50% on top of 50%. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty crazy. And her ability to revive heroes is nothing to scoff at, and it's pretty disgusting. Oh my god, I can't say how many fights I've won on the attack just because Emir is there to revive my heroes. It's something uncanny. In this time in last week, I did not have the option to use Director and or Emir on my attack teams, and I saw the difference of not having her. I mean, it's not as effective, guys. Emir is such an amazing hero. It's not even funny, and by far she is a must-have hero, because if you don't have her, you'll be subject to so many problems with enemy realms. Agony is gonna destroy you. Belnos is gonna destroy you. I mean, yeah. If you don't have her, you're gonna have a lot of problems playing this game if you're playing red, for sure. For sure, guys. Trust me, I spent the entire week reminding myself that. Oh my god. So let's talk about the 4 stars. This time around, we actually have really good options for the 4 stars. Really powerful option, actually. Starting with Callisto. Callisto, I've told it many times before, if you don't have Nan, if you don't have Arthur, you have to have Callisto in your team. This buff is so powerful. It will change your entire team. It will make you do so much more damage. 43%. If you have the actual plus ability in your weapon, it's going to be even higher there, like 46%. So yeah, that's going to change your team. That's going to change your damage on bosses, on the attack and PvP, everywhere. Highly recommend to get her. She is able to hold the whip, but I don't recommend it because you do want her to go off as much as possible in that situation. But very powerful hero. And Ikabu is an amazing hero as well. Super amazing tank on defense. Very cool hero. If you pair him with other heroes, he's actually going to dodge a lot. So that's pretty fun to see as well. And he's also a strength hero, which in this case, I do think that you're able to put the whip on him in that situation, because you will need somebody to hold the whip, and he's not exactly, let me see here, he's not a slow hero, so he's average speed. So if you put him in the middle, you're gonna throw that stones on him, and he's gonna gain the mana back without any problems, and he's gonna dodge. Man, dodging is so freaking powerful, man. So yeah, he's definitely a very good 4-star for sure. Now, out of these two, I think Zanya is still a very good hero. However, with Alia teams, that has changed so much, man. Alia made so many players stop using Zanya, but that doesn't matter. Zanya is still a very powerful hero as long as you're not fighting a team that has Alia. And by the way, if you do get a Martina, Zanya does combo off with her, so you can suck the mana from 2 targets instead of just 1. So that's one option you can actually do with Zanya. She's pretty cool in that situation for sure. And Crisanto, I've never seen anybody use her. She's a slow hero. She doesn't do a lot of damage, so I can't really recommend her, really. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't recommend Crisanto, even though she has such a beautiful character design. Look at that. She is absolutely stunning. But still, she's pretty useless. Sorry, guys. And last but not least, Ringhild. I really like Ringhild, actually. She's not a bad 4-star. If the enemy team is heals, she's gonna get the mana back, and she's gonna go off over and over and over. So in that case, versus a team that has healing, she is one of the best 4-stars to hold the whip in purple, for sure, because you're gonna start the fight, and then she's gonna gain the mana, and then she's gonna gain the mana over and over and over again, that situation. So pretty cool. Usually purple gains mana pretty quickly, but I've seen fights in which my heroes don't have any mana, and she just go off every single turn. It's pretty amazing to watch. Very powerful, very cool hero for sure. And last but not least, again, Felix. I'm really a big fan of Felix. He's another, wow, that's a lot of strange heroes for options. So you're not going to have any problems getting a hero to hold your whip in different colors for sure. Very nice. So Felix, he's really amazing. On defense, you can put him in the middle, and he's going to give shields to the 2 heroes that are next to him. So make sure to put heroes that need shields next to him, so they'll get better protected. Like usually intelligence heroes usually are pretty squishy, but you have to check their defense and make sure to choose accordingly which hero you're gonna put next to them on the attack, on defense. Usually when I'm on the attack, I'm gonna protect my heroes that have the least defense when I'm playing red, for sure, in that situation. So yeah, I really like this hero. Average speed, holds the whip, and all that good stuff. Very good hero for sure. Now, out of the 5 stars, Who is my number one option? Well, yeah, after all the stuff that I said, it's definitely going to be Emir. If you don't have Emir, you're going to see the difference of why you need Emir, especially with so many freaking agonies in this game. This man is so full of agonies, it's not even funny. And Yuki is freaking everywhere as well. So yeah, if you don't have Emir and you're still thinking about who am I supposed to summon, things like that, Emir is one of the must-haves. I highly recommend to get her at +1. Super powerful, very useful hero for sure. For sure. And if you pair it with Director Ends, you'll be able to go off for free so many times. That's one of my favorite combos with her. Even if she's slow, she'll be able to go off for free after 3 turns with Director Ends. So yeah, if a hero dies in the beginning of the fight versus a red team, which is most likely is going to happen sadly, Emir will help you recuperate and win the fight. Simple as that. That's how important she is in PvP and in pretty much everywhere, really. And Martina, I do think that between Renuka and Martina, wow, this is gonna be a hard option. But I would say, wow, I'm going to go for Martina this time around, simply because she's a fast hero, simply because she interacts with so many heroes, simply because she does so much disgusting damage. I'm going to go with Martina this time around. That doesn't mean Renuka is not is a bad hero. He's a very good hero, but I think I'm going to go with Martina. Fast heroes are pretty useful in general in the game. And she is a strength hero, so she could technically hold the whip in that situation. So there's a little bit more utility in that situation. But yeah, Martina is a very powerful hero, and I expect her to see a lot more of her in the future, as long as people are willing to actually level her up. And last but not least, Renuka, as I said, even though I chose Martina in this case, Renuka is a very powerful hero. In general, on the attack, you're gonna see a difference. On defense, you're gonna see a difference. It's pretty disgusting. Very powerful hero. You just have to make sure that there's a second hero that does a lot of damage to be able to make your enemy die in that situation. Because Renuka is amazing at cutting the HP from the enemy, but he's not exactly an amazing hero at eliminating the hero there. So you need another hero that actually finishes the job in that situation. You're gonna get you're gonna feel that your enemies are going to have like literally their HP cut in half. So you need another one to actually finish them with the rest of the HP that they have for sure. That's the only problem that he has, but he's an amazing hero, pretty amazing. Yeah, immortal killer at +5, but he's an immortal killer when you have to get him to +5. So that's gonna be a lot of investment. So for the 4 stars, by far my number one option here is Callisto, as I said before. Callisto, if you don't have the heroes that I already mentioned, Nan and Arthur, she's a must-have for you 100%. You can't play this game without Callisto, and if you're playing yellow in that situation. Then after that, I would say the second one would be Akebu. Akebu is very, very versatile hero. You can make a different combination, different teams in him with 4-star heroes, and he is effective in general. Very powerful, and very powerful with Luna, by the way. And finally, I would say from the third one option that I would say, I would go with Felix. Felix adds a lot of protection for your team in that situation. So yeah, I would go for Felix as my third option for sure. Very powerful hero. And I usually put only 3, but since there are 2 more, Zanya and Brynhild are pretty good options for purple for sure. For sure, guys. Very powerful stuff. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please leave it in the comments and we'll talk about it. Alright, thank you very much for watching guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.